Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Tactical Talks. Today we're going to talk about 3 mistakes people make when conceal carrying. Alright guys, so I'm going to go over the 3 things that I think people are doing wrong. And a lot of this is usually for first-time gun carriers or people that are just learning to conceal or barely starting to conceal their pistols or whatever they're carrying on them. Number 1 is they don't have a round in the chamber. Now, I've talked about this in other videos. I do have a round in the chamber. We're going to clear that right now so you guys can see. Alright, so there's the round that was in the chamber. I always keep a round in the chamber. Now, for this video, obviously, we're unloaded. Everything is safe. We point it in a safe direction. So we're good to go. This takes precious seconds off of any time that you need to pull this gun. Now, 99.9% of the time, you probably will never need the gun. It's just on you as kind of like an insurance policy. If I need it, it's there. However, in a critical situation, something happens and I do need it, I like to know that whenever I do need it, I come up, come out, and I'm ready to go. Nice, quick, and easy. That's the biggest mistake that I think people make. And I know a lot of times for people, especially people that are carrying Glocks, you don't have that external safety. It's kind of a mind thing. Now, it does take some time to get used to. When I first started carrying Glocks and I started concealing them, especially because I appendix carry everything, this did take a little while to get used to. So that's the first thing that I think people are just unsure of what's going on, or they just don't feel 100% safe. But if you have a good holster, that's a whole nother video. Look at my videos for holsters, stuff like that. If you have a really good holster, that's the last thing you worry about, is whether or not your trigger's going to accidentally get pulled, if your weapon's just going to discharge. Glock is a really good gun, and there's nothing that I've seen or that I know of as of now, and correct me if I'm wrong, of any kind of a story or videos or anything of a Glock just going off sitting in a holster. There's always something else that pulls the trigger, hits, and I've seen that happen more with leather holsters, where over time the leather starts to wear, starts to get a little more flimsy, and can actually push into your trigger guard and pull your trigger. Now, fairly uncommon, but it has happened. I have seen stories of that. A good Kydex holster, I have not seen that happen yet. So that's number 1. Number 2 is people always touch their gun. And right now, obviously, I just put my gun down, but you'll see the guys that are walking around, and I don't know if it's your holster's not comfortable. I don't know if it's a mental, is my gun still there? Again, this goes back to the holster. If you have a good holster, you shouldn't have to be readjusting. You shouldn't have to be checking, is my gun there? You see the guys walking around in stores, and they reach and they grab. Well, that's not what normal people do. Normal people don't walk around and just grab at their stuff, or especially the guys that carry the gun behind them. You'll see them go over and they're repositioning because their gun has worked its way up when they're sitting in their vehicle. So that's the second thing that I think people do that makes them stand out when they're concealing a pistol. They're always reaching, they're touching. Now, the only time that I touch my gun, I'm not a small person, so when I go to sit down, I will pull my gun forward just to readjust as I'm in my vehicle. Now, in my vehicle is a little bit different because I don't have everybody watching me, all eyes on me. I'm not in a store, I'm not in a public place. I'm not reaching and touching. So that's the only time that I will touch my gun. Other than that, I'm putting it on, taking it off, or I'm drawing the pistol. Other than that, I just don't touch my pistol. So get used to trusting your gear, trusting your gun, not touching it, not readjusting. If you have to readjust over and over again, you probably need a new holster. Look into other options. If you are a first-time appendix carrier and you find that it's just you're having to do this and move it and tuck, try a different position. Try your 3 o'clock. Try behind your back. Try other things. Now, I'm a huge fan of appendix carry. Like I've said in other videos, and a minute ago, like I said, all my stuff that I carry, I appendix carry, with the exception of when I'm at work and I have to carry outside of the waistband. But it's just what works for me. I was a little bit smaller at one point. I've gotten a little bit bigger over time, and it still works for me, so I still use it. Now, that's not the case for everybody, so find what works for you. The third thing is being too tactical, or at least looking too tactical. Everybody knows that guy that looks like this, and they're just too tactical. They got tech pants on, they got a shirt with the pins in the sleeves, and they got pockets everywhere, and all their pockets are full of stuff, and they got their 511 tactical hat on, and I know that guy has a gun on them. It is what it is. Now, some people may not care that you know that they have a gun on them, but then why conceal carry? My thing is element of surprise. Now, no, my look isn't everyday Joe Blow look. Some people can look at me and point out that guy might have a gun on him. Whether it's my actions, whether it's the way I position myself in certain situations, but I try to ensure that it's not based off of what I'm wearing. I don't have the cargo pants on. I don't have the combat boots on. And yes, I have all these things, but that's not what I wear on a day-to-day basis. Just in case something were to happen out in public, I don't want somebody to look at me and say, I'm going to take him out first because that's my biggest threat. That's not what I want. So there is such a thing as looking too tactical. The whole point of concealed carry, at least in my opinion, is one, to keep everybody at ease. Nobody's worried about the guy with the gun. But the biggest thing is the element of surprise. If you don't know I have a gun on me and something happens where I need to have my gun, I can come up, pull my gun out, and I'm ready to go. As opposed to, like I said, somebody looking at me and saying, well, I know that guy has a gun on him. Now I'm going to take care of that threat. You know, so something to keep in mind. Everyone has their own opinion on things. These are just my 3 personal opinions. What I think that mostly it's new concealed carriers or people that have been carrying for a long time and just, like I said, maybe their holster's not fitting right. Maybe just whatever the case is. These are the 3 things you should stop doing. Stop carrying your pistol without a round in the chamber. Stop touching your gun. Stop readjusting. Stop checking if it's there. And 3, stop looking too tactical. So, nice and simple video for this week. Just my opinion on some things. I do have some stuff in the mail that's coming. The other thing I wanted to show you guys is I just created some decals, and they're nothing fancy, nothing big. I'm thinking about getting into making a little bit of merch. So I will link that down in the description down below. Check that out. There's going to be a Tactical Talks decal for sale. They're actually up and running right now. It isn't through me. I'm not the one making the decals. I'm just the one that designed them. And the other thing is, I think they're about $2.50. Really not too expensive. They're about 3.5 inches long. I have to look at the actual specs on there. But if you do want one, click the link down below. Get yourself a Tactical Talks decal. I'm not making a bunch of money off of this. I think I make 5-10% off of every sticker sold. So 5-10% off of $2.50 really isn't anything. I'm not trying to get rich from doing this. Just something I thought was kind of cool. If you guys want to get a decal, if you collect stickers, whatever. I may have patches coming soon. May have shirts coming soon. So if that's something you guys are interested in, let me know. I will have more stuff coming down the line. I do like designing things like this and making stuff like this. So I'm going to order me a bunch of these stickers and maybe give them out. I know my buddy Ethan that won the 100 subscriber giveaway. I ordered some new stickers, so he's going to be getting a new sticker as well. We've already got the holster ordered. And like I said, I have a couple other things that he's going to be getting that I'll show you guys when we actually do that giveaway. So thank you guys for checking out Tactical Talks. I can't talk right now for whatever reason. And I'll see you guys next week.